Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So today the date is 2nd of December. The time is 10:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Muhammad Faisal. We are going through the examination today. We will have the examination. The person name is Roshan Ali Khan. He will be going for his Diploma in Artificial Intelligence Operations, EduQual Level 6, RQF Level 6 exam, which gives him 360 credits, equivalent to his bachelor's. Um, the topic is building augmented reality maintenance platform for mixed reality, digital twins, and knowledge graphs for industrial operation, right? The project requires students to design and implement a comprehensive augmented reality maintenance platform supporting industrial equipment maintenance, training, and knowledge management. The solution must integrate real-time equipment data, 3D digital twins, an expert knowledge system to provide contextual maintenance, guidance, and training. You have a couple of key learning objectives. The first of the many is mixed reality interface development, digital twin integration and real-time data, knowledge graph and expert systems. The Neo4j, it's something very amazing. You can do a lot of graphical, I would say, visualization using this. Computer vision for industrial applications, training and skill development, and then maintenance workflow orchestration. There's also industry application use cases and stuff like that you have to mention. Jazakallah. Everything needs to be developed on an open source platform with some proprietary cloud, I would say, hooks like Azure Digital Twins as they provided, right? In the presentation, you'll be given minimum 15, maximum up to 20-25 minutes to go through the presentation, followed by a Q&A, which will be from 30 to 40 minutes, right? The whole examination can be wrapped up between, I would say, 1 hour to 1 hour and 10 minutes, give or take 5. Are you ready? Roshan Ali Khan?
Yes. Roshan.
Sorry. Roshan. Sorry. Roshan Ali Khan. Okay. So Roshan, can you please share your screen?
Okay. Is it visible?
It is, yes. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. You may start your presentation now.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Roshan Ali Khan, and I'm a student of Al Nafi, and I'm currently pursuing EduQual in the RQF level 6. So today my topic is building an augmented reality maintenance platform with mixed reality, digital twins, and knowledge graphs for industrial operations. Okay, so here is the structure of my presentation. First, I will describe what augmented reality maintenance platform is. Then I will begin with the architecture of the augmented reality maintenance platform and how it works with digital twin and IoT integration. Then after that, I will explain about the mixed reality interface of this platform. Then we will move to knowledge graph and expert system implementation for troubleshooting. Then I will show you the workflow diagram. And then after that, I will discuss about the AR-based training and skill assessment. And finally, I will present the industry application benefits. And after that, I will conclude this topic. Okay. So before everything, let me begin with giving a quick introduction of what this project is all about. Industrial maintenance today is becoming increasingly complex. Equipment is more advanced than before. Data is in high volume, and technicians need faster and more accurate guidance. So to solve that problem, this project aims to build an intelligent augmented reality-based maintenance platform that overlays real-time sensor data, digital twin insights, and knowledge-based troubleshooting directly onto the industrial equipment while using mixed reality devices. Um, the result of is this a system that makes maintenance faster, safer, and more intelligent. Okay, so now let's understand what is an AR maintenance platform is. An augmented reality maintenance platform integrates real-time equipment data, 3D visualization, AI-driven guidance to support technicians for industrial maintenance, troubleshooting, and training. It is a system that allows technicians to see digital information directly into the physical machine through a headset. It eliminates the need to check manuals, search for procedure, or rely on a second person. Everything appears directly in the field of view of the technicians. As you can see here, this platform has four core functions. The first is it visualizes live data on machine, meaning technician can directly see temperature, pressure, and etc. while looking at the equipment. The second function is step-by-step guidance. The AR headset shows animated instruction or overlays on the real machine to guide the technician during the job. The third function is diagnosing and predicting fault. This allows the system to suggest solution based on past experiences. And finally, the platform provides AR-based training simulation that help technician build skill without touching the live equipment. Okay. AR maintenance platform architecture, digital twin integration. So this platform is built on three major layers. One is the backend, which is where the data comes from. Second is the front end, which is what the technician see and experience. Third is the intelligent layer, which is where the system reasons with itself and gives out a procedure for fixing a problem. So in this slide, we will be talking about the backend layer of this platform. The process begins with IoT sensors installed on industrial equipment. These sensors then measure important parameters such as temperatures, pressure, vibration, and so on. This sensor then the sensor data then travel through two communication protocols. One is OPC UA, which is short for Open Platform Communications Unified Architecture. This provides a secure, structure, and reliable communication for industrial devices. Second one is MQTT, which is short for Message Queuing Telemetry Transport. This is a lightweight messaging protocol ideal for efficient data transport. Using this protocol ensures that even in a busy industrial environment, data is transferred reliably. Then the data that we have collected is moved into the digital twin layer. Now, a digital twin is a virtual 3D replica of the physical machine. It can be built using platform like Azure Digital Twins or Eclipse Ditto. This twin synchronizes live sensor readings into its 3D model. Then it can visually highlight issues, for example, showing overheating parts in red or abnormal vibration level through, let's say, color changes or animation. Based on the condition, the digital twin can also generate predictive maintenance alert. Then after that, the CMMS, which is short for Computerized Maintenance Management System, automatically creates maintenance work order. CMMS is a software that centralizes maintenance information to manage, plan, and track maintenance activities. It helps to optimize asset use, it streamlines workflow, and it can improve efficiency by eliminating the paperwork and enabling data-driven decisions. Which basically means that we now don't have to use that paper checkbox that we have used for almost a long time. Also, this can do reporting and analysis, like generating a report on key performance indicators like mean time to repair. And since this system isn't standalone, it connects to existing workflows. And then CMMS manages work order, maintenance history, and inventory and schedule. And then when the technician completes their task, the CMMS updates status automatically. Okay, so mixed reality interface demonstration for equipment maintenance procedure. Okay, so in the previous slide, I have talked about the backend layer. Now we will move into the front end layer, which is the mixed reality part. So mixed reality is a technology that blends the physical and digital world together, allowing user to interact with both physical and virtual objects in real time. It's kind of sit between virtual reality and augmented reality, where virtual and real objects can coexist in the same environment. Like you can see the virtual object in front of the or overlap the physical equipment. Then the AR headset uses its built-in cameras and sensor to scan the environment. It performs 3D object recognition, allowing the system to identify the equipment in front of the technician by matching it with a pre-stored 3D model. Then after that, the headset uses spatial computing to understand the physical environment, including the surfaces of the equipment, depth, distance, and orientation. This allows the digital overlays to appear perfectly aligned onto the machine. Let's say if an equipment with any analog gauges or readings, the computer vision tools like OCR, which is short for optical character recognition, reads them and converts them into the digital values. We can also use tools like YOLO and OpenCV to identify and locate defects in real time. It also has features like hand tracking and voice commands to assist with the procedure. For hand tracking, first the headset will scan your hand using depth cameras and sensors. This will then enable the technician to use their hands as similar to a mouse cursor, but we don't have to use a mouse in this case. Then hand tracking can be used to interact with floating UI elements in the mixed reality when performing the maintenance task. Let's say, for example, that you need to see a detail about a specific part of that equipment. Now, instead of using a mouse, we can do it. We can do it by using your hand like a cursor and then select that specific part. Now, this can be very useful as it can be difficult for technician to use a mouse or a tablet to navigate while wearing a headset. Meanwhile, voice commands can be used when the technician needs a hand-free operation in industrial environment. For example, let's say instead of using your head to pick a virtual specific part of the equipment, you can say to your headset to select a certain part and display information about that part. Okay, so knowledge graph and expert system for troubleshooting. So this is the third layer, and it is the intelligence layer. In this layer, whenever the platform detects a fault or detects that the sensor data indicates that there is an upcoming fault, then it uses knowledge graph and expert system to find the best possible solution. So in this, natural language processing tools like Spacey and Transformer are used to extract information from documents such as old maintenance manuals, logs, or let's say troubleshooting guides. Then this data is stored in knowledge graphs like Neo4j. In Neo4j, the data is stored the data is stored in relationship like it is written here, equipment that has a fault and what it is caused by and what is the procedure to resolve it. This structure makes it much easier for the system to find patterns and relationships. When a fault occurs, the expert system uses rules to reason over the knowledge graph. Let's take an example here. If the system sees, let's say, high temperature and high vibration, the expert system then look into the knowledge graph, and then it may recommend that there is a bearing wear as a likely cause. Finally, this give this will give technicians instant data-driven troubleshooting guidance without let's see, searching for a big book of manuals. Um, this will then indeed save technician a lot of time. Okay, so now we have talked about all the three layers of this platform. Now I will combine these and I will show you how this works in this workflow diagram. So as you can see from here, the camera from the AR headset scans the environment using 3D object recognition. Then spatial computing understands the equipment. OCR will detect any analog readings and convert them into digital ones. YOLO will then detect any defects and the data will be fed into the digital twin layer to construct a 3D replica of that equipment. While this happens, the data from IoT sensors of that equipment is also fed into the digital twin layer using protocols like OPC, and MQTT, which then in the headset gives the technician a 3D replica of that same equipment with live data synchronization. Then if a maintenance work is needed, then the expert system reasons through knowledge graph and recommends a procedure. Then after that, CMMS will start a work order and it will get updated as the technician work on it. Then all of this data will be displayed on the headset, while at every step of the system guides the technician what to do next by showing a virtual tutorial on the digital twin. Okay, so training simulation and skill assessment. So apart from maintenance work, this platform can be used for training new technicians. Since training a new technician for maintenance in a live environment and on a working equipment is quite risky. Now we can use this platform to minimize that risk. Um, with this platform, technicians can practice real maintenance step without the physical risk of safety and shutting down a real equipment. Here, tools like Unity XR creates a virtual training scenario with the help of data stored in knowledge graph. Uh, when the technician perform these training tasks, tools like TensorFlow can analyze their action. For example, accuracy of their task, then how long it took for them to complete their task, and how many tasks they completed. After analyzing this data, the system then can adjust the difficulty of the task based on skills with the help of adaptive learning. Okay, so this platform has application across a wide range of industries. For example, in manufacturing, it provides augmented reality guided maintenance and live fault detection. In oil and gas, it enables remote inspection through mixed reality to improve safety. Then in power generation, we can predict failure through digital twin before they occur. And some major benefit of this platform includes reduced downtime up to 40%, faster repair time up to 25%, training efficiency is improved by 35%, and operation cost can be reduced by 20%. And this operational cost is the long-term cost. The platform itself will be costly at the beginning, but in the long term, it can benefit the companies as they can predict faults early and they can save the equipment. Okay, so to conclude, this project demonstrate how augmented reality, digital twin, knowledge graphs, and AI can be combined into a powerful maintenance platform. It provides a connected and intelligent ecosystem that enhances maintenance. Also, this platform enables a shift from a reactive maintenance to a proactive and a data-driven maintenance. That was all from my side. Thank you.
All right. All right, let's jump into the Q&A. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So you can stop the sharing of the screen. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So explain the role of OPC in the AR maintenance
Okay.
platform architecture and how does it differ from MQTT?
Okay. So the role of OPC and MQTT is quite similar. It is used to transfer data from, let's say, IoT sensors or equipment, large equipment, to the um, uh, server, which then feeds that into a digital twin layer. The difference is that OPC UA can be used for, let's say, big data. Like if there are big industry equipment, then it will use to transfer data in a structured and reliable way, while MQTT can be used to deliver small data so that there can be a low latency.
Just give me 1 minute, okay? Just give me 1 minute. How long it took you to do the preparation for this topic?
The presentation part,
Yes.
I think I started when I got the topic and until it was time to send it.
Okay. Like how long? How many weeks?
I think it was almost a month.
In these 2 months when you were preparing for this topic, did you did some installation of those tools as mentioned in there? Were you able to do some
No,
training?
I didn't.
Yeah, and you need to do a razak because we have made you install the digital twin applications, do simulations. All of these things are important, right? I'm just asking.
Yeah,
So
I
something.
wanted to do, but there was problem with my lab, so I couldn't do it in the meantime.
What do you mean by problem with your labs? What does that mean?
Uh, there were some connectivity issues. It got disconnected after I used 30, 40 tokens. I've told them uh, it happened to me like after when let's say I started the lab for the first time on the day. Then after I used almost, let's say, 30, 40 tokens,
Mhm.
it got disconnected and then it got that red strip that comes after this, it get disconnected.
When was that?
And
When was that? Like,
it's happening since all more than a month. Then
so
after it,
yes, go on, go on.
then after it get reconnected, it get again disconnected after let's say 5, 10
Have
seconds.
you
I've
have you
emailed
checked
them.
your internet connection and stuff like that? Because
Yes,
there's a cluster
internet.
of people who are having this issue, right? That's why I'm asking you, like, what have you done on your side to see
No, my
what is the problem?
internet is fine. I've emailed the support team, but I didn't get any reply. So then I decided to, instead of doing on the cloud, do it on my personal virtual box. But
Then you
I
can't.
completed one domain. Yes, I know I can, but because I wasn't getting any reply, so I decided to do that to save my time. But then after
I,
I,
I
then
really
I
I
started.
really would like to know your ticket number and everything so that I can see what is the problem. Because I can already see people doing those things, right? So that's why I'm kind of surprised what is happening, right?
Hmm.
That's why I'm kind of surprised, like what is happening? Why can't you access what you're telling me, right? Because you need to do the labs, otherwise you won't be able to. When you go for the interviews, like next year we will be discontinuing these interviews. So when you go for the interview, if the employer asks you what kind of digital twin application you have installed or worked on, then you really need to provide the answer, right? So how do you configure the OPC protocol? How do you configure MQTT queues and stuff like that, right? So that's something this is very important for you. Anyway, so let's move forward. Uh, in the presentation, you have mentioned workflow. Why is a digital twin essential for predictive maintenance? Why?
Because as I've told that it collects data, IoT sensor data, um, and when we have that data, it can then predict if there is a upcoming fault using knowledge graph, and the logs that NLP scans. This will then gives a general idea that a fault is about to occur. Then it will show on the heads up display of the headset, which then we can start then a maintenance work.
Okay. So you mentioned OCR and YOLO, right? So what is the purpose of using OCR and YOLO in the mixed reality interface?
Okay, so the OCR detects and scan, let's say, if there is any um, analog data that can be scanned from the equipment. It will then convert it into a digital one so that we can send it into the digital twin layer, which will then again show if there is any fault about to occur. And then YOLO can be used to detect defects, like it will scan the surfaces, and if there, let's say, if there's some scratches or damage to the equipment, it will detect it and show it into the mixed reality interface.
So OCR like digitizes what? Like it helps you in what?
Let's say if there is a analog gauge on a machine, let's say a pressure, which a gauge that tells a pressure, um, then it will scan it and convert it into a digital one.
So OCR digitizes gauge readings and labels, right? That's the answer that I was
Yes.
looking for. And then the YOLO identifies what?
It can identify, let's say, any damage on the equipment, let's say scratches or damaged surface,
Yeah, defects and
defects.
components in the real time, right?
Yes.
Companies like Aramco, right? And oil and gas companies in Qatar, in UAE, and all these places. These are the companies that tend to deploy these kinds of solutions. They're essentially, they don't have them, but they're trying to work on developing something like that. Okay, so why is the knowledge graph more effective than a relationship database for maintenance troubleshooting?
It has uh, it does have relation between the objects, uh, but it also have like the past logs, um, and like I said, the NLP scans the documents, so it can also take that data and use it in a relationship in the graphs.
So is that your answer? Like,
Uh,
explain to me, you know, in your presentation it is mentioned, right? So the answer I'm looking for is like knowledge graphs model relationships. It models relationship, equipment, fault tolerance, procedure dynamically. It does all of that dynamically. Then enabling reasoning queries, and we can gather semantic inference and uh, fault diagnosis, which relational tables cannot achieve efficiently. Like in our system, in our data lake, we do have some problems that we have recently addressed by deploying uh, airflow, right? This is something that we're using internally on our side. If I have to show you the data, give me 1 minute. Where is that? Uh, NAC zone-based database infrastructure strategy report, right? So architectural diagrams. So I'm going to show you something, right? This is our own solution, right? SubhanAllah, this happens every single time. I have to authorize, do this, do that. Change user. Okay. This happens every single time. Like whenever I'm trying to open it, it gives me problems. So this is something that we use, right? This is our own, right? So looking at this solution that you have, I'm going to show it to you. This is a solution. So gathering all the data from different places, trying to see everything that we have, et cetera, right? Um, Let me ask you a specific question regarding that, right? Hold on. Give me 1 minute. I think I lost the table. This one goes back. This one goes here. This one goes here. Okay. So looking at this diagram, right? Looking at this diagram, what is the most effective way looking at this diagram? You're looking at this diagram and think about the knowledge graph and the relational database and whatnot, right? So looking at all of these things, how does the CMMS integrate with the digital twins in your presented architecture? How can you fit that architecture in here? There's a data lake where you're gathering all the data, and the AR solution is reviewing the data and is trying to give you indication. So how does the CMMS integrate with the digital twins in your presented architecture with respect to this architecture that you can have? How would you consume the alerts? How would you generate maintenance tasks? How would you perform work or initiate work orders that go over there, fix those pipes, go over there, fix those generators? Something is about to go wrong, right? This is the job, right? Getting all the OPC data, all those kind of different kinds of data, and the data is coming in here as I showed you in this Airbyte. I mean, imagine this is your solution. This is our solution, but it can be used for anything, right? It can be used for anything. So you need some kind of a repository where everything goes in there, right? This is what makes this company into a $125 million organization. We're about to become $1 billion organization, right? Alhamdulillah. How would you do this? If you go into Aramco, that's a $1 trillion organization. If they say, Roshan Ali Khan, like we have this problem, what would you do? Well, how would you explain the CMMS integrate with digital twins and in the architecture that you presented, as per this architecture as well, what would it do? What would it do?
CMMS is basically a maintenance maintenance work management. So it manages, let's say, if there is alert that something needs to be fixed, then it will take that alert and let's say if there is a certain technician that is assigned to fix that problem, let's say a pipe fix. If there are certain technician that is assigned to that problem, and then CMMS will take that alert and then send it to the AR headset of that particular technician, which will then display into the mixed reality through the digital twin.
Get some point, but the answer I was looking for was the digital twin surface anomalies. The CMMS consumes these alerts and auto-generates maintenance tasks or work orders looking at the air byte airflow data and closing the loop between detection and execution. That's something I was looking for, right? You have
Yeah.
to work on these areas significantly. Okay, what KPIs, were highlighted in the presentation to measure AR-enabled maintenance efficiency? You can look at your presentation if you want.
Okay, so the one of the KPI I've mentioned is being time to repair. Um, uh, so this is basically this measures how much time it took for the technician to complete their task.
So
Um,
okay, just tell me the first says downtime reduced by
yes,
repair time
like
improved
I
by,
mentioned.
that's something I need to know.
Yes, so in the presentation, like I've mentioned, the downtime is reduced by 40%,
Yes.
um, which means the efficiency increases automatically. Um, this then also prevents uh, this also reduces the operational cost, as you can then prevent any um faults early.
Okay.
And also repair time was also reduced, because then you know directly what to do, since the digital twin layer is guiding you what to do in the access step by step.
Subhanallah. Okay. I'm just compiling the results for the first 5 questions quickly. Good. Okay. All right. So the last 5 questions. So the power play is over, right? So let's jump into the tougher ones. Okay. So in the workflow diagram, right, you have shown OCR, NLP, OPC, MQTT, digital twins, and CMMS pipeline, right? If you have to identify a single point of failure and design a redundant architecture preventing downtime, what would you do? What is the single point of
Mhm.
failure in this whole architecture?
The main problem of this architecture is the latency, high latency, um, which can then reduce the uh, data transfer for the digital twin layer. Um, and to correct that, we can use edge computing, let's say, uh, which then will reduce the time, reduce the latency, since in this architecture we have to use cloud computing, like that Azure Digital Twin is a cloud, is from a cloud computing. Um, by using edge computing, we can reduce the latency, which then prevents any late alerts, let's say, or late fault recognition.
Well, if I may say so, like the answer I was looking for, the single point of the failure in this architecture is the digital twin synchronization engine, right? Uh, Latency is addressed by MQTT because it lines up everything and it can even send the data. But if the data is not synchronized, that is the single point of failure, right? Uh, for this, you can have a cluster twin service with leader, follower, failover. This is what we do like in Kubernetes and master slave, whatever you want to call it. Distributed message brokers across MQTT OPC. This is why they are used to make sure that data is there. Real-time state replication is happening. Health probes, you keep on sending the health probes. You have circuit breakers, auto recovery through container orchestration, right? This is what you do. So you mentioned latency, right? So you detect a 3-second latency between a pump's vibration sensor. It's a pump which is pumping out, crude oil. So between a pump vibration sensor and an AR overlay, the augmented reality overlay, right? And this is a very good question. Like the technician is misguided. It diagnoses 3 possible root causes and proposes remediation strategies. What could go wrong here? Like what are the root causes? Like what could be the mistake? I mean, how can we tackle this issue?
So, uh, like I said, that um, the question is about reducing the latency.
Okay, so you detect a 3-second latency, right? There's a pump running and it's at the vibration sensor. And then the AR overlay. So the pump sends the data delayed by 3 seconds over to the AR overlay. And the technician is thinking, hey, what's wrong? What happened? Right? How would you diagnose 3 possible root causes and propose remediation strategies? I mean, you can say the delay is because MQTT broker congestion, right? I'll just give you one answer. What are the other two? And then you can say, for this root cause, we have to have a scalable broker cluster and enable quality of service. Quality of service means like it gets specific bandwidth continuously, right? What could be the other 2 root causes?
Uh,
Level 6 exam, have to take off my gloves, right?
um,
In the first 5 questions, I was squeezing the softer ball, right? Uh, for my grip strength, I have to do these exercises every day, right? So the grip strength I have is 140 pounds, right? Because I just injured my forearm and developed a golfer's elbow and a tennis elbow both, right? So I have to do some therapeutic exercises now, right? So this is one exercise that I do, push it, and this is another one. So now in the last 5 questions, I'm using the hardest ball there is. That's why the questions are hard. Think, you can do it.
the solution for this is instead of using relying on
Nico,
cloud
listen,
services.
listen, Nico, listen,
uh,
listen. You're scoring good, mashallah. Okay, so you can do this. You have to say, dissect the question. You detect a 3-second latency between pump's vibration sensor and the AR overlay, right? What could possibly create these latency issues? There are 3 possibilities. MQTT broker congestion. What is the other one? Just mention to me that.
um,
I give you the answer in the
Again,
previous
like we
question.
have
I
to
give you
use
the answer in the previous question. You know, what is a single point of failure in your architecture?
one um, again we have to use cloud services so that there can be delay between, let's say, data first, IoT sensor first detects any abnormalities, then it goes to cloud services and then it comes to digital twin led, so that um, the time it takes for them is increased. So we can then use let's say a private a private computing, let's say edge computing,
Let's move
to
forward.
reduce.
Let's move forward. I mean, uh, This is not going anywhere. Okay, so in the knowledge graphs, right? The knowledge graphs the knowledge graph returns an incorrect recommended procedure for a recurring vibration fault. It gives you wrong data. The expert system logic seems valid. How would you define a fault isolation strategy to determine whether the issue is in NLP or knowledge graph or inference rules? You know, as the
Um,
companies are going forward implementing LLMs, the LLMs can make mistakes, right? Depending on the model, depending on the size of the model, depending on the inference calculations, and depending on the hardware, many, many things. So the knowledge graph returns a recommended procedure for a recurring vibration fault. The expert system logic seems valid, but you know the procedure is wrong. The expert system is saying, yeah, it's right. How would you define a fault isolation strategy to determine whether the issue is in the NLP or whether the issues is on the knowledge graph or the inference rules? What would you do?
okay. For NLP, we can take a long route and manually check the maintenance logs and the procedure manuals. Um and for what expert system, uh, we can then, like I said, we can first manually check the maintenance log documentation, and then we will check the knowledge graph to see.
Okay, so just wait. Okay, so you are work, like so exactly. Explain to me one thing, right? Explain to me one thing. If you go in Saudi Arabia or in USA or in Canada, wherever you want to go, where do you want to go first of all? कहाँ जाना चाहते हो?
Oh. Submitting KYC, I said Australia,
Okay, so
but
Australia,
now
right?
looking at the
But now looking at what? Sorry, go ahead.
geopolitics, I can't figure out, to be honest, where
Things
would be the
things
best
will
place to go.
things will get better, like because this is the geopolitical issues. The geopolitical issues are dictated by you know factors like in the world there are two schools of thought in the Western civilization. One is liberals, and the other one is conservatives, right? Islam has a different way of thinking things, and Islam has a different system. Then we have the a system which is in China, which is a completely different system, right? So all of these systems are competing with each other. Ultimately, it is Islam. This is my point of view. This is Islam, uh, which will overtake everything else, right? But they are competing because Islamic values are in many ways they support basically all the rights which the liberals are asking for, pretty much, all mostly, right? But some of the things are not allowed. But then it also supports things from conservative, right? Which is something that liberals are asking for. And then it also supports the mass responsibility of the state to take over and take care of the population. So you will see these competing problems, but inshallah, you can go. So, for example, you want to go to Australia, right? So you're in Australia now, and you work. And in Australia, there's a lot of mining companies, right? बहुत सारी mining companies हैं. They are looking for engineers. They are looking for digital twin specialists. They are looking for, so what are the benefits if you go to them, like for example, a big mining company? How would you pitch this system? How would you say, this is what I can do? कैसे बताओगे? I mean, how would you do that? What is your sales pitch? What is your elevator pitch, I would say? How would you do it? How would you do? कैसे करोगे?
Sales pitch for what?
for giving them your idea. This is my idea. This is what we should do. How you can use basically this whole idea of building an augmented reality maintenance platform with mixed reality, digital twins, and knowledge graphs for industrial operations, right? What does industrial operations means? Mining operations, agricultural. Uh, it can be SCADA, wherever there is SCADA, and these are big industries, right? बहुत सारी industries है ना. सब जगह ये industrial operations are huge. That's why we have the OPC protocol. So how would you tell them, how would you sell this idea that I can build this for you, which will help your engineers to be very productive? How would you do it? Have you seen Minority Report? Have you seen Minority Report? देखी है तुमने?
No.
Okay, hold on. I'm, so let me show you something, right? These are all the things that you have seen. I mean, they have shown it in a different way, but essentially, this is what they're doing, right? Let me show it to you. Hold on. I'm trying to find something, then I can show it to you.
Video is brought to you by Incogni. Special offer they're providing to the entire upper echelon community. Okay, lately I've been going down a sort of rabbit hole on science fiction narratives and the fact that they sometimes or very often feel like they're accurately predicting modern life. I started with Idiocracy and how that feels like a documentary now as opposed to some sort of dystopian future. I moved on to a video game by Treyarch called Black Ops 2, which is disconcertingly accurate when it comes to quantum computing, geopolitics, and drone warfare in 2025 especially. But this time I want to take a look at a movie called Minority Report because the underlying premise that is being presented in this film appears to be coming true. Let's start with background. Minority Report, a 2002 American science fiction mystery thriller, is a widely popular and very nostalgic film. It stars Tom Cruise, a significant film in his early career. It made hundreds of millions of dollars, and far beyond some sort of generic action flick, it's actually a complicated story about the dystopian prospect of a high-tech police state.
So imagine they're talking about a high-tech police state where they are gathering so much data in real time, right? That they are even reading the thoughts of the people in real time, that they can predict when and where a possible crime might occur. वो इतना डेटा कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि उनको पता चल जाता है, they can foresee कि कहाँ पर क्या potential crime हो सकता है, right? ठीक है ना? So this is a very simple idea. In your idea, you're collecting so much data that if you go to any of these industrial companies like Aramco or Qatari oil refinery or UAE oil refinery, or you go to USA, BP or Lasmo or any of these big oil refineries, right? You go and tell them, I can build up a system where I'm collecting the data, and your engineers are doing what? Sitting there wearing a augmented reality setup, right? And they can see in real time where the problems might occur, right? ऐसा ही है ना? So what does digital twin really does? Do you understand your topic? Your topic is very big. This is a complete solution. If you build up a solution, you can sell it to these companies. These companies, they don't have it. Each and every topic that we give you has a potential business idea. We are about to open 3 colleges in Canada, right? Where I will be making students here work on these topics, build up the solution, and present it to these companies. So you're collecting OPC data, you're collecting all those kinds of different protocols from industrial machines, and you're bringing them in here. And then you have these different, if I go back to your topic, right? You have these different things working behind the scene, right? Hold on, where's your file? Let me open your file. There's so many things. in my PC, which are there, I have to look at. So where is that file? Okay. So your topic is building augmented reality maintenance platform with mixed reality, digital twins, and knowledge graphs. You know what digital twin is? Do you know what digital twin is? What is a digital twin?
So, firstly, it works on, let's say, Azure Digital Twin. Basically, what it basically does is create a virtual replica of the equipment.
Virtual
And
replica.
let's say,
The answer is it creates a virtual replica of your facility. So this is Aramco facility, physical facility. It has a digital twin which shows the whole idea, right? So imagine this, So it gives you a digital twin. It shows you in 60 seconds if I have to show you. So you have to understand your topic. Your topic is very important. That's why I'm asking you related to your topic, right? So this is a digital twin. Let's see.
Twin is a digital duplicate of a physical object or a system that is used for simulation, analysis, and control. Businesses are already using digital twins for things like predictive maintenance, where engineers can monitor the digital twin of a jet engine to.
So see, this is where it is showing you a pumping vibration sensor is having problems, right? Right? वो sensor data भेज रहा है ना,
yes,
it's sending data back to the to your through MQTT and different brokers. It's collecting the data and it's pushing it over there, and the data is being reviewed. And the engineer is sitting and looking at the AR. This is mixed reality, right? This is augmented reality, virtual reality, all those kinds of different realities. It's merged in, and the engineer is just sitting there. These are not the engineers जो पाकिस्तानी engineer होते हैं बेचारे वो धूप में जाके ख्वार हो रहे हैं. I mean, like they are walking out. Things have changed. Things are changing, right? So this engineer is sitting there, and it's looking at how things are moving forward.
Predict and prevent failures before they happen.
It says failures before that happen. So this is your topic. Your topic is building a solution, right? Which potentially has the ability to detect in real time. This idea came from Minority Report. So what they stretch it further. They said like they have these special people, telepathic people who can read people's minds, and they can see what's happening, and then from there they can detect if that person is about to commit a crime. अगर ऐसा होता तो they would have said सारे army officers criminals हैं, which they are. ठीक है ना, सारे politicians criminals हैं, which they are. If we had some kind of people, telepathic people who can read these people's mind, we would have said, oh man, this is like messed up. If you have the ability to read people's mind, you would have known this is a big problem now, right? So, but this is what they showed in Minority Report. And what you're doing is you're doing the same thing, but minus the telepathic people. You're relying on the data in real time, right? This is your topic. Understand your topic very well, because in the last 5 questions, you are performing very poorly, because the first questions are always easier. I keep them, so so because it's not the, I would say, power play anymore. So there will be difficult deliveries coming in towards you. You play cricket, right? Cricket खेलते हो? Right? So you know all the analogies. You know more than me. I don't even play cricket. So I don't know. But I have watched.
during my child.
Sorry, what? Come again?
I used to play cricket during my childhood, but not now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the, I mean, I play contact sports, right? So full contact sport, jiu-jitsu, grappling, sambo wrestling, precision shooting. That's me. Hunting. This is what I do, right? But everyone is different. Archery, horse riding. These are the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is what I follow, right? But anyway, so you need to understand. Your topic is very huge. You have to understand your topic, because this is going to help you be able to sell these solutions, right? That's what I'm asking you. So so that's why the question was the knowledge graph, returns an incorrect recommended procedure. I mean, if you get the wrong procedure and wrong data, there is a delay or whatever the case is, or time delay or synchronization delay or latency or whatever, that can give you wrong results, right? वाइब्रेशन सेंसर बता रहा है वाइब्रेशन सेंसर खराब हो गया, तो खराब नहीं हो तो चल रहा है, तुम्हारा इंजीनियर दूर जाके गया, गाड़ी लेकर जाके देगा, उसने कहा, ओ यार तो कुछ है ही नहीं वहाँ पर, एंड ही हैज टू कम बैक, राइट? सो और ये डेटा गलत दिखा रहा है या whatever, और if there is a hack attack, I'm not even going there in the hack attack area, right? So that's why. So you need to understand the question, because the questions are going to take you down if you're not able to answer the question. Now, this is going to be very interesting. I'm going to give you a question related to basically an important area, right? So I just told you all the scenario and everything, and I just showed you the digital twin minority report. Let's look into this video, and then I'm going to ask you a question regarding this video, okay? Bismillah. So go back and let's watch it. Not this one, this one.
Smart cities, urban planners can use digital twins to visualize and analyze the city's infrastructure, optimizing things like traffic flow. In Formula One, digital twins of race cars are revolutionizing development cycles, allowing for simulations in virtual wind tunnels and on virtual racetracks. And in healthcare, doctors can use digital twins to create virtual replicas of someone's organ, to predict how they would react to different treatments, tailoring therapies just so they are right for them. We're only just at the beginning of this revolutionary technology. Hit subscribe to keep up with the most.
So this is indeed a very revolutionary technology. If you go to any university in the world, I can guarantee you that, and I'm coming from the top universities in the world, right? No one is teaching you this. No one. The fact of the matter is that you even know and talking to me about this puts you in the upper 5% in the world, which says, guys, I know digital twin, I know NLP, I know OPC, I know Node, Neo, 4J, I know all of these things, and we can collect the data, put inference, put all of these things to visualize the issues. So think big, Roshaan Ali Khan. Okay, think big. The question. So a refinery uses AR platform. It is using your AI platform, AR platform, right? Augmented reality platform, right? Augmented reality kya thi? I showed it to you, right? So this is your augmented reality platform, right? This is your augmented reality platform, and
Prevent failure.
right? So it's looking at the data. Okay, yaar, masla ho gaya. I mean, here he's showing a jet engine, but you get the idea, right? And an operator mis-executes a valve shutdown because the AR overlay was misaligned. The augmented reality overlay was misaligned by a few centimeters. What kind of calibration protocol, if you have to design a calibration protocol to guarantee, spatial accuracy, how would you do it? A very easy question. If you have looked at all the previous interviews I have taken, and we always encourage people to take listen to the interviews of the previous questions, you should be able to answer these two final questions before we wrap up the exam. Calibration protocol, what would you do?
First, we can improve the machine learning algorithm. We can improve the algorithm so it can detect and does not misalign the element. Same goes for spatial computing. We can improve its algorithm. We can another problem can occur because of lightning. Let's say the surround lighting is not good. It can then uh, uh, capture incorrect data. So for that we can also improve lighting. Um, uh, and we can also improve the sensors in the headset. Um, so let's say it removes any unwanted lightning. Um, um, uh,
Okay, let's move forward. Right? I don't have the time to give you the answer, but I'm going to name some things that you should know, right? I was asking you about a calibration protocol, because you have to design a calibration protocol to guarantee the spatial accuracy. Like you should not be, because these systems, time is coming, अब ये time आ रहा है कि when you don't have to send engineer down all the way to get the work done, right? You can do it. Augmented reality mein, you said, okay, turn off the valve, right? Do it like this while sitting here, and the hundreds of kilometers away, the valve will be shut down, right? This is augmented reality, mixed reality, all of these kind of things, right? You are diagnosing issues from far away, and you are taking care of those issues, right? So the answer was, slam points. You know what slam points are? Go and search for it. Multi-anchor mapping using slam points. Real-time environment scan validations. Fiducial fallback markers in high-risk zones, because it's related to, uh, misalignment of the, valve, right? Dynamic alignment checks using depth sensors. Override mode for manual realignment. Continuous drift monitoring with error threshold. Drift monitoring is very important because, just like CI/CD pipelines, if you drift away from the configuration, what happens? It messes up. We use the same thing. You see, this is why I tell everyone, what is AI ops? What is AI ops? That's a question. AI ops consists of
it
what?
is so it is the use of artificial intelligence in let's say cybersecurity or automation to reduce the time to do a certain task.
It's okay. So
I think I wasn't able to explain properly.
yeah, so you have 5 fingers. Lift up your hand. Say cybersecurity, offensive
Cybersecurity.
security. This all comes here. GRC, DevOps, SysOps, and AI. Combine all of them together, you get what? AI ops. This is the punch you get. AI ops, right? This is the punch. It gives me a lot of pain in my, this area. This is the golfer's elbow and tennis elbow, both of them. The tendons, I messed up with my tendons. Anyway, so this is what it is, right? Okay. All right. Last question. Last question before we slam it up, right? You are a lead. So you go into a company and they say, okay, Roshaan Ali Khan, you'll be given as the lead AR system engineer, right? Augmented reality system engineer. But there's a VP sitting across the table. And a VP asks you about, he says, okay, Roshan, tell me how digital twins, augmented reality, and knowledge-based graphs converge into a single enterprise knowledge fabric. How would you construct a concise architectural narrative? This is the final question, which culminates all the questions I've asked you. It is 2.5 marks. Bismillah.
Simplify this question.
Sorry, come again. Do you want me to repeat the question again?
Yes, and if possible, can you simplify this question?
Okay.
It's difficult to understand.
So, you go to Aramco and they say, okay, Roshan Ali Khan, we would like to offer you a position as lead augmented reality system engineer. You see, augmented reality is not only playing games. No, that's not the case. There's a lot of things working on, right? So they say, okay, Roshan Ali Khan, we're going to offer you lead system AR engineer, lead AR system engineer, right? So you're system engineer, AI ops. Right? You say, okay, alhamdulillah, I've studied everything at Nafi, and they say, okay, that's great. You learned everything. You are young. How old are you? 2003. You were born in 2003, right?
Yes.
2025. So 22 years old. So they say, okay, you're 22 years old. You completed AI ops. Amazing. Great job. MashaAllah. You don't even have to do your bachelor's degree. This is equivalent to bachelor's degree. Now you're going for your master's as well. The company will sponsor you for your master's. Great. You can do it from home. Studied LSE, Webster, wherever you want to go, you can go. MashaAllah. That's great. Now they're asking you, okay, but there is a VP sitting there. There's always one VP that throws out the toughest question, right? That VP is there and he says, yeah, before we offer you this position, Roshan, I have a question for you. Explain to me how digital twins, AR, knowledge graphs converge into a single enterprise knowledge fabric. How would you construct a concise architectural narrative? I mean, if we do this thing, what are we getting out of it? As Aramco, we have all the money in the world to throw, and we keep on throwing. Well, we're running out of money now because oil barrel prices are going down. King Mohammed bin Salman is saying, Prince Mohammed bin Salman is saying, cut down on spending, cut down on the engineers. What benefits can we get from this thing? The floor is yours.
So the major benefits of this platform, like I said in the presentation, reduce downtime, efficiency, reduce repair time, and also without this platform, there can be a difficulty in training new technicians. So with this platform, we can reduce that, and like then, for example, experienced technician, expert technician, let's say, leaves the company. So with this platform, it will be easier to fill that hole, and we can then guide a new technician to with that knowledge through this platform. And then in the long term, this will improve efficiency of the whole maintenance project, since we are reducing time uh, to train a technician, which will then improve, since because of the predictive alerts, it will that new technician can perform the maintenance task, and in the long term, it can reduce the operational cost.
Okay, you know how you got some score for the marks. You know how I would have answered this question if I'm in your place? I would
Yes.
say, so see, this is how you have to come up with. You will say,
I'm facing some difficulty in explaining, so that's why I think my answer are not
Roshan,
good.
you have to work on explanation. This is very important for you, right? So this is how I would say. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So you say, the VP is asking you, you know, how digital twin, AR, and knowledge graphs converge into a single enterprise knowledge fabric. How would you explain that to us? What benefits we can accrue? So you will say, okay, Prince Mohammed bin Salman has said to us, well, you don't have to mention Prince Mohammed bin Salman. You just say, Aramco is going through a difficult patch right now, right? The oil, if I look at the oil, and always do your research, oil barrel prices, right? So let's look into the oil barrel prices right now, right? So let's look at the oil barrel prices. So, oh, So show me the graph, the graph. It's always about the money. Remember, it's always about the money, right? So you can see the oil barrel prices are going down. I need latest data. Hold on. 2025, right? I need the latest data. It's going down and down and down. I have to see, hold on. Crude oil prices. Okay. So show me the Russian crude oil production. Maybe this one, macro trends or Statistica. Okay. Statistica might be a good site that I can check. And then this one, right? Okay. So you can see oil barrel prices in 2020, and then it dipped down, and right now it is here, right? 2025 November, $60. At the peak, it was what? 124. This was July 2008. Then it went down. This was the crash that happened, the depression in the US. Then it came back up, and 2011 was also good. And then it went up and down, up and down. Then when the coronavirus came out, it went way down because the production was not there. I mean, there was no consumption, right? So now we are here, which is not good because they always wanted to have higher pricing, but they were not. You can see the prices over the years, right? So the biggest triple digit, I would say, was somewhere 2022, right? So you will say the kingdom is going through crunch. Companies are changing, they're morphing, they're coming up with new technologies. We are, Saudi has invested heavily in becoming the AI powerhouse in the world. We don't want to be in a situation where we just provide them physical sites and buying all this expensive hardware for trillions of dollars that we have, $1 trillion that we have spent, and these hardware pieces after 3 years will be worthless for us. So we need to keep on innovating, keep on expanding ourselves to the next level, right? For that, the solution I have is the digital twin model provides a physical state in a virtual manner. It gives us that. The AR delivers operational layer, and the knowledge graph does what? It encodes expert intelligence. Together, they form a closed loop system in which the engineers can see real-time telemetry triggers, reasoning engines that pushes the contextual guidance to frontline technicians. Technicians are all over the place. We have hundreds of technicians. We don't need hundreds of technicians. We only need 5 or 10, maybe, right? And they are sitting in a command center closer to those places so that they can quickly go there and take action, or at that location, and they can see in real time. They don't have to keep on checking. And this creates a unified operational intelligence fabric that turns machine data into action, insights, and continuous learning cycle. Through this proposal that I have for you, the Aramco company can save significantly. You know what would the VP do? You will say, great job, Roshaan Ali Khan, you got the job. You have to learn this thing in the labs. In the labs, you have to do these things. This is what we are focusing on. You have to build yourself up, right? So don't miss the labs. The labs are the core engine for you to learn and expand your horizon. Okay? All right, Bismillah. So we got the results. Just let me compile them. The exam is over. Okay? How was your exam? Bismillah.
It was difficult,
Wow.
especially the last 5 questions.
Our passing rate, what is our passing rate right now? I asked Yusuf, the academic operations, and he said, I'm going to ask him for reports. He said something like 60%. have been able to pass? Right? So out of every 10 students, 6 are able to pass. I'm trying to, I don't want to fail anyone. But if you pay attention, you will be able to do all of these things. Plus, in the new model, there are new courses coming up, and many new things are going in there as well. And we are focusing more on labs, because labs will enable you. We are teaching you how to do these things, and then we're preparing you for the interviews as well. All those questions I ask you, they will be part of the labs. So if you do the labs, you'll be able to pass them, inshallah. Let me compile this thing because I have another meeting. So 3, Bismillah, and then 0.5 and 1.5. So this is going to be 2. So hold on. So 2 plus 1, 2.5, and this is 2. Okay, hold on. Bismillah. 3, and then this is 2 and 1. And Bismillah, and this is 0.5, 0.5. Allah. Derza yakhnida. ये समझता हूँ. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So you secured okay. So you secured 17.5 in your presentation out of 25, which is 70%. Okay, in your presentation when you were presenting. In the Q&A, you secured 17.75 out of your 25. Right? So that comes up to be 17.75 divided by 25. That gives you 71%. Altogether, you secured 70. If I combine all the marks, that will be 35.25 out of 50. It gives you 70%. You have passed.
Passed.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Okay.
That was the main concern.
No, you have passed, alhamdulillah. But here's the thing. This is my recommendation. Do your Ar-Razak. There are many things in Ar-Razak that we are covering. There is a whole specializations, right, that we have covered. Many, many things in specializations. When you will start doing it, it will open your eyes. Oh, this is too much. There are so many labs, many, many things in there that we are making people do all of those things, right? So you have to prepare yourself. Roshaan Ali Khan, abhi tumhe bahut mehnat karni padegi. right? You're 22 years old. Okay, so ask me any question you have. Can I have some water, please? Pani? Yes.
क्वेश्चंस तो बहुत सारे हैं। एक तो वही लैब्स का एक प्रॉब्लम था। आप अगर पॉसिबल हो तो आप वो दिखा सकते हैं जिसमें आप चार्ट दिखा देते कौन से डोमेन कब रिलीज होगी, क्योंकि उसमें भी मेरा प्रॉब्लम आया था। मेरे ख्याल से सेकंड मंथ तक जो डोमेन जो रिलीज होनी थी
You
वो
have
हो गई थी।
you have to talk to the support, not here, not with me,
अच्छा,
right?
सही,
The
ओके।
support will be able to solve this because they release it as per the student fee and his access and when is it's expiring, so on and so forth, right? That's not me. So you have to go there and ask them.
ओके, सो एक और, मैं लैब्स तो मैं करूँगा पूरी, तो उसके अलावा मुझे कुछ सर्टिफिकेशंस करनी चाहिए, जैसे मैं अभी Azure का मशीन
Focus,
लर्निंग देख रहा था।
focus on which direction you want to go. किस जगह जाना चाहते हो?
एक ये भी क्वेश्चन था कि अब AI ऑप्स पढ़ने के बाद थोड़ा मैं कंफ्यूज हो गया, क्योंकि AI ऑप्स लेने से पहले मुझे साइबर सिक्योरिटी में इंटरेस्ट था। अब मैंने DCCS कर लिया सही, फिर डेवऑप्स की तरफ गया तो ऑटोमेशन की तरफ थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट चला गया, फिर तो मैंने बोला ऑटोमेशन की तरफ, फिर AI किया तो फिर AI की तरफ चला गया और इंटरेस्ट। तो अब थोड़ा मैं कंफ्यूज हो गया हूँ कि
So
एक तो है कि मुझे क्या पसंद है और दूसरा है कि फ्यूचर में कौन सा सही रहेगा, तो कौन सा सेलेक्ट, मतलब किस बात पे आना चाहिए मुझे,
you're
कि
22
जिससे
years
थोड़ी
old.
फ्यूचर
You're
में भी
22
थोड़ी
years
हेल्प हो
old,
के
right?
फ्यूचर।
So let me ask you something. I have to quickly go back. Let me ask you something. जो important सवाल है. You are 22 years old, right? तुम A level कर चुके हो,
अबाउट टू बी,
right? About to be, inshallah, right? In December, right? December की पैदाइश.
यस यस,
Yeah, a few days left, right? Today is second, inshallah. So you're
9 days।
21 right now. You're 21. 21 साल के हो. So first of all, 23 साल की उम्र में रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने 25 साल की उम्र में उन्होंने शादी की. That's when he got, but then he said कि भाई we should marry early on, right? That's my sunnah, that you should marry early on. But that was before he was a prophet, right? So first of all, घर वालों को बोलो कि भाई शादी की तैयारी करें. You know, I really would like to get married, inshallah. The other thing that you have to do is like go and again, you know, these exams are just going to give you an inclination of where you should go down the line, because wherever you go, whether you go in robotic process automation, whether you go in industrial automation, whether you go in industrial 4.0 technologies, materials engineering, advanced materials engineering, nanotechnology, AI, ML, cybersecurity, wherever you go, you need to harness these 5 areas that I mentioned, right? 5 areas. AI is changing the landscape of all the jobs in the world at a very accelerated pace. Companies are, right? And things are changing. There are more than 2,000 job titles that we focus on through these 35 frontier technologies, as we call them, right? Frontier technology, supply chain, nanotechnology, drones. If you start studying about drones, you will say, I want to go into the drones technology. Defense sector is the hottest sector right now, right? It's a complete world because दुनिया में सबसे ज़्यादा drones अभी war में क्या हो रहा है? अभी, you know, these things are being used, right? So there are lots of opportunities for you right now. This is my recommendation that you should do. Go and complete your Kubernetes exams. You won't become a DevOps expert, but you will become a DevOps engineer who can develop, you know, and maintain systems, right? That is another thing. I mean, there's a whole new track that we have created known as Intelligent System Engineering and Development. This is a software development track, but it's known as intelligent. You know what? Why intelligent? Because now every single person can become a developer, and they should learn development because it's easier now because of AI, right? So you can do vibe coding. You can develop a solution pretty fast, like a, you know, MVP, most viable product, you can create that, which can become a most valuable product later on. So first of all, go and become your Kubernetes, तुम QB astronaut बनो. अभी सिर्फ आंखें बंद करो, बोलो फैसल भाई ने कहा, फैसल भाई told me to do this. Go and become QB astronaut. Then go and complete golden QB astronaut. You have time. Time अगले साल सितंबर तक का time है ना. So when you go, plan to go outside अगले साल, next year, September, for studying.
September.
अगले साल, because the academic sessions for master's programs based on EduQual
Oh,
level
अच्छा.
diploma, you can take admissions in master's program, right? You know, recently one of the students, he secured his admission. You know, उसका तुमने देखा? Have you seen him? Have you seen this student? Let me show you. This is the student who secured
Post.
admission in Webster University, right? Webster University, right? I mean, तुम बोलोगे यार, Webster University, what is that? I mean, so let me show you. Hold on. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Hold on. So this is on the Facebook page when you go, right? Go here. This is a great reciter. Listen to him when you have time, right? His name is Dr. Ahmad Nohiya. Nina. Beautiful, beautiful recitation. Okay. This is our leaders. Don't expect anything from them, right? So read this when you have time.
मैंने भी presentation से पहले ही post लिखी थी.
Yeah, so these are some of the great reciters because, you know, my focus is on Quran. So this is a student, Mamoon Bashir is going to UK. This is a student, ये student है जो US जा रहा है पढ़ने के लिए, from 12th grade. तुमने भी क्या किया है? A level किया है ना, 12th grade.
11.
तुमने AIF कर लिया. इसने इंटर किया हुआ है. इसका एडमिशन कहाँ हुआ है? इसने पूरी फीस, अगर ये USA मास्टर्स बैचलर्स करने जाता, इतनी फीस थी इसकी, राइट? कम से कम, राइट? अगर तुम सर्च करो ना खाली, इफ यू जस्ट डू द सर्च कि यार यूएस में फीस कितनी है, आई मीन हाउ मच फीस, अगर तुम्हें लिखो, सो बिकमिंग स्टडीइंग undergraduate in USA as an international student, ठीक है ना? How much will I spend, right? So you need to understand couple of things, ठीक है ना? Spend की spelling गलत कर दी. So उसने कह रहा है an international student in the US can expect to spend between 25,000 से 60,000 डॉलर per year or more. Public universities की फीस कम होती है, 10,000 से 45,000 per year for tuition. So जब सब मिला मिलू के बात करो, estimated cost कितनी आ जाती है पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटी की? 20,000 से 60,000 डॉलर, ठीक है? और यहाँ पर आ जाती है 45,000 से 75,000 डॉलर. सो द टोटल कॉस्ट है वो ठीक ठाक है, राइट? तुमने कितने पैसे दिए एआईऑप्स के लिए?
पाकिस्तान रुपीज में तो अराउंड 2x.
2 लाख तुमने पूरा पैकेज इतने का लिया था? 2 लाख के लिए था पैकेज?
मैंने
एग्जाम
मई 2024 में
2024 में, ठीक है?
एग्जाम
फी अलग है, हाँ, ठीक है ना?
एग्जाम फी
ठीक है ना? सब मिला मिलू के तुमने 4 लाख रुपए लगाए, समथिंग, जो भी है, ठीक है ना? 4
उससे कम.
ठीक है ना? उससे भी कम. अगर तुम यही पाकिस्तान में करते तो तुम क्या करते? कम से कम तुम 4 साल पढ़ते. 4
ये
साल के
1
बाद
साल की फीस हो जाती है.
हाँ, वो 1 साल की फीस होती. यहाँ तुमने 1 साल की फीस में 4 साल की सब चीज़ें कंसाइज कर ली. तुम लम्स से भी पढ़ के जाओगे ना, लम्स वाले से पूछोगे डिजिटल ट्विन क्या है, वो तुम्हारी शक्ल देखेगा, बोलेगा डिजिटल ट्विन. यार वो बोलेगा इंग्लिश एक्सेंट में अपने कि उसको बना लो डिजिटल ट्विन, तुम्हारा डिजिटल एवातार तुम्हारा डिजिटल ट्विन. यू माइट बी एबल टू से दैट, ठीक है ना? बाकियों को नहीं मालूम. सो दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. यू फ्रॉग लीप तुमने कर दिया ना, फ्रॉग लीप, तुमने पूरा जंप मार के तुम आगे निकल गए, राइट? ये लड़का इसी तरह निकला है, ठीक है ना? इस लड़के का बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है, ठीक है ना, जो इसने बताई ये सब कुछ की है. तुम इसके जाओगे तो इसने फ्रॉग लीप करके चला गया, कोई डेट नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, इसका कहाँ एडमिशन आया देखो। इसने मुझे बताया, अस्सलाम वालेकुम फैसल भाई, आई एम राइटिंग टू शेयर सम गुड न्यूज़ विद यू, आई हैव रिसीव माई AIOps डिप्लोमा लास्ट मंथ इसने लिया अक्टूबर में, और नवंबर में इसका एडमिशन आ गया। अभी इसका डिप्लोमा इशू भी नहीं हुआ है, ये प्रोविजनल इसको इसलिए मिला क्योंकि हमारी मार्कशीट पे इसका एडमिशन हो गया, अभी इसका डिप्लोमा आना है, ठीक है ना। और ये जा रहा है वेबस्टर में। वेबस्टर क्या है, अगर मैं लिखूँ ना वेबस्टर यूनिवर्सिटी, तो वेबस्टर यूनिवर्सिटी की जो रैंकिंग है, इट्स 32 इन रीजनल मिड वेस्टर्न यूनिवर्सिटीज, कम्स इन द लाइक टियर 1 कहते हैं इसको, इट्स नोन एज द टियर 1 यूनिवर्सिटी, राइट। ट्यूशन फीस देखो कितनी है, जो लोकल्स हैं उनके लिए कितनी है, 32,000 की है। अगर वो अभी कोई लोकल हमारा अमेरिका में जाकर ये कोर्स करे, AIOps का कोर्स करे, अगर वो अभी करे तो उसको ये बहुत सस्ता पड़ेगा, ठीक है ना। रीजनल यूनिवर्सिटीज में बेस्ट इन वैल्यू स्कूल्स इन कंप्यूटर साइंस, बहुत इसका अच्छा नाम है। सो ही इज गोइंग देयर wherever he wants to go, may Allah make it easy for him, जहाँ भी जाना चाहता है, ठीक है ना। सो इसका एडमिशन आ गया, सो ये इसका एडमिशन लेटर है, दिस इज हिज एडमिशन लेटर। मैंने कहा ना इसका ऐसे ही हो गया है, ठीक है ना, मतलब कि जो भी चीज़ है वट एवर द केसेस, ये जा रहा है। अब इसने स्टूडेंट आई डी मैंने इसकी वो हटा दी थी, ठीक है। सो आई एम गिविंग एन आइडिया कि तुम जा सकते हो मास्टर्स करने के लिए, लेकिन अगले साल जाने से पहले QB एस्ट्रोनॉट, गोल्डन QB एस्ट्रोनॉट कंप्लीट करो, और जो तुम्हारी अर्रज़ाक प्रोग्राम कंप्लीट करो। अर्रज़ाक में तुम्हें 23 डोमेन्स नहीं मिलेंगी, 22 शुरू की मिल रही है ना, 23 के बाद वो खुल जाएंगी और 20 डोमेन्स में तकरीबन रफली, तो तुम्हारा 43 डोमेन्स हो जाएंगी जो तुम करते। उसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें, तुम लैब्स, इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस, लैब्स, दिस इज ऑल व्हाट यू डूइंग, तुम तैयारी करते हुए आ रहे हो, राइट। दिस विल टेक यू फर्दर। टाइम हो, सब कुछ हो, अगर US जाना है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाना है, कनाडा जाना है, वेर एवर यू वॉन्ट टू गो। US में भी मुश्किल हालात हैं लेकिन वो ठीक हो जाएंगे, अगर तुम काबिल हो ना और तुम्हारे पास सब चीज़ें हैं तो तुम्हें कोई रोक नहीं सकता। यू विल गेट द 3 years वर्क परमिट अंटिल नया प्रेसिडेंट आ गया, उसने पॉलिसी रिवर्स कर दी, बिकॉज दे नीड टैलेंटेड पीपल, दे नीड। USA विल कोलैप्स विदाउट इमिग्रेंट्स, ठीक है ना। AI in its present form is nothing but automation scripts, right? वो उस लेवल के ऊपर नहीं है। Will we ever reach AGI level? I don't think so. This is my personal opinion as a Muslim, right? हम उस लेवल पे कभी नहीं पहुंच सकेंगे। I may be wrong, Allah knows, right? But AGI means it thinks like a human being. अगर इस तरह हो जाए तो वो AI बोलेगी मैं भी कलमा पढ़ती हूँ। What makes us human is our ruh, right? So this is where in Islam you can prove 99% things mentioned in Quran. That 1% is tawakkul Allah, and in that 1% a ruh comes in as well, the soul. Allah says you do not know about the soul. Illa kalila, you have very little information, and this is enough for you. That's it. Don't go and delve deeper into all those things. This is beyond you. So we cannot go there. We will always be like this. This is my personal prediction as an Islamic scholar and as a person of knowledge in the world with the dunyavi skills and everything, right? So this is what I can tell you, right? Anyway, and I can give you facts and figures and everything regarding my dalil, as per the Quran and Hadith. Right? So this is what you have to do. Become QB astronaut, become golden QB astronaut. You have time till next year, September, and complete a Razak program. Once you have completed all of those things, you can think about doing one specialization in your choice, as per your choice, like whatever specializations you want to do. This is my recommendation for you. Then go out, go to Canada, go to UK, go to Germany, wherever you want to go. If you have the skills, no one can touch you. But if you just have a degree, everyone will be kicking you out. Degree is not enough. You have the diploma, alhamdulillah, that elevates you and go and take you out further, right? ठीक है ना? A level तुमने किया, A level से तुमने एकदम से frog leap कर लिया, 3 साल की चीज़ 1 साल में पढ़ ली, 1 साल में पढ़ी ना सारी, right? That's it. You save time, you save money, you save everything. अब तुम बाहर निकल जाओ, तुम यूएई चले जाओ, सऊदी चले जाओ, लेकिन इसके ऊपर काम करो. Whatever we have given you is very, very informative. Work on it. Ar-Razaq is the key. Ar-Razaq is the name of Allah. That's the name of the program. Application name is Razaq. Razaq means in the name of Allah, the one who give you sustenance. We designed it based in the names of Allah. All the projects we have done, An-Nafi, Al-Razaq, Al-Bathid, Al-Bari, Al-Basir, all of this, Al-Qawi, all of these 7 layers that we have, right? These are all named after the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't want to name Muhammad Faisal, Faisal Khan, Faisal Afridi. I don't want to do that. This is not the way of Muslims. The dalil is, Allah says, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, Alhamdulillah allazi bi ni'mati tutimmu salihat. All praises belongs to Allah, from whom good things are accomplished. So we have to praise Allah in everything we do. That's why we're praising Allah. How do we praise Allah? We name everything after Him. Who is Muhammad Faisal? No one. I'm here after a few months, years, I don't know, days. I might not be there. But what we have started will be there, inshallah. This is An-Nafi, the one who provides you benefits. So focus on that, inshallah. You will be successful. Okay? All right. Jazakallah khair. Congratulations on passing the exam. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu